Debt is heavy. It's like a ball and chain that you drag with you everywhere you go. And the only way to beat it is to turn around and start hacking at the links one at a time until you break free. Do not let debt win. Debt is of the devil, I'm convinced. And I'm talking about consumer debt. And today I've got 3 steps to help you start hacking away at your debt. All right. So before we do that, if you haven't been here before, I'm Pamela J. of PamelaJandCo.com, host of this podcast, The Rebuild Project. I'm a single mom, mentor, digital creator, and investor. My mission is to help you rebuild your life after loss so you can thrive, not just survive. And it is so possible. I know sometimes you feel hopeless. I'm here to make you hopeful and really filled with hope. After losing essentially everything in 2015 when my 3rd marriage ended, and finding myself defeated, depressed, and divorced again, I said enough is enough. And for the first time in my life, I enlisted God as my chairman of the board. He accepted the offer, and I pulled up my bootstraps and got to work rebuilding. I'm not going to say it was easy because like any rebuild project, it's going to be a little bit hard and we're going to have some bumps and hurdles, but I'll tell you, it is the best thing that I ever did. And I'm here to help you do the same. I truly believe that we can beat the devil when we are thriving spiritually, physically, mentally, relationally, and financially. So if this sounds like what you want to do, welcome. Thank you for being here, and let's get to work. All right, so those 3 things that you need to start hacking away at your debt. Number 1 is you need to make a decision. And this decision's got to be non-negotiable. You're going to draw that line in the sand that no one can cross. It's absolutely essential. You got to be sick and tired of being sick and tired of debt, sick and tired of dragging around that ball and chain, feeling burdened, feeling that heavy weight of debt. And then alongside that, you're going to want to and need to partner with God. That is super essential that you partner with God. And here's a tough one, is you're going to have to kill the credit cards. Now, God's going to help you. Don't worry, because he's going to give you the strength to do this. But when I say partner with God, it's in everything that you do, right? So killing the credit cards. Why is this important? Because credit card spending is out of control. And we need to take back control of our lives. And I know a lot of times we say, but I need it for my safety net. Well, I'll tell you, it causes you to overspend. And how many times have you bought something on a credit card only at the end of the month to go, oh my gosh, I had no idea that I was building up so much debt. Even though you're one of those who maybe is paying your credit card debt off every month, how much better off could you be if you didn't even have that? So are you buying what's essential? Are you buying the food, clothing, shelter, transportation? And are you buying in excess? Or are you buying only what you need? So those are things that you're going to want to evaluate. Now, if you're super amazing and you streamlined your budget and you can manage a credit card, right on. But I'm going to tell you that is not most people. Most people are stuck in credit card rut. I want to get you out of that. So I did make something for you to help you make some decisions, because one of the things that I didn't have when I first started this journey was really how to make a good decision. My decision making was all over the place. I would make a quick decision. I would waffle on a decision. I'd be lukewarm on a decision. And I didn't really have a guide. And so I spent some time creating one for you because I knew it was going to get you there faster. I mean, the best way to be successful is to follow successful people who have left clues. This is a clue I'm leaving for you, and it's free to you. It's a free guide. It's called How to Make Decisions That Work For You, Not Against You. It's at PamelaJandCo.com/decision guide. I'm going to link it all below or in the show notes, so you don't have to worry about that right now. But I do want you to know that it is available for you. So I highly, highly, highly recommend grabbing that. All right. So let's move on to number 2. Number 2 is charting your progress. You really want to make sure that you are seeing your progress visibly every day. First off, you have to know what your starting point is. For me, it was $25,000 of debt that I started with, and I had to be able to pay that off. And I wanted to pay that off really as quickly as possible. It took me a little less than a year to do that. But the main thing that kept me focused was really charting my progress and making that visible so that I could look at it daily. So for example, hopefully you can see this. This is what I used for mine. So you can see every one of those little colored pencil marks is where I paid off debt. So sometimes more, sometimes less, right? So you can see some really thin lines. I just threw everything that I had at the debt. I did make this for you as well. So if you want to just grab this too, it is another free tool that I made for you. It's at PamelaJaneCode.com/dump debt. And I will provide the link below again for you or in the show notes. So don't worry about having to memorize that right now or write it down. But definitely want you to know that that tool is available because the visible access is important. And in that tool, it's not just a visible like this. I also provided a tracker for those of you who are more tracker oriented. I just like the visual every day. It kept me focused and motivated. Super, super awesome. Anyway, you're going to throw every dollar at it. So for example, if you want to go get coffee and you get coffee every Friday morning because it's Friday, hey, payday. And then you decide, get coffee and a muffin, or sometimes you treat someone or whatever the case may be. And I'm just using coffee as an example. It could be anything that you decide. And maybe that's going to cost you $17 to $20. Well, you can instead take that $17 to $20 and throw it at your debt. There is nothing stopping you from putting any dollar toward your debt at any given time. Mine was student loan debt, but the same idea works for credit card debt. So anytime you've got extra money, just throw it at it. So that's charting your progress. Number 3 is avoiding lifestyles creep. Oh my gosh. When you start attacking your debt and you start stewarding God's money the way you're supposed to, because remember, this is not our money. This is God's money. I know that's hard for some people to believe and understand and wrap their arms around if they're not Christian, but we are here to manage God's money well. You know, the parable of the talents, it's who managed the money the best in what God had given them. And the one who was able to multiply that money, the greatest, got the most reward. So the same thing happens for you. We are here on this planet to be fruitful and multiply. And that's not just for children. That is for money, management, all of the things that we do in our jobs, in our children, the whole works. So be fruitful and multiply what God has given you. So when you start managing his money well, you're going to get promotions. You're going to get raises. And instead of having lifestyle creep where you're like, oh, I can now buy all these other things, you want to continue to attack your debt. Or conversely, start saving like a crazy person, like a psycho, right? And like you have to attack your debt like a psycho, or like Dave Ramsey says, like a gazelle. I'm like, I kind of like a psycho better. Like maybe I'm kind of weird. And then you have to attack saving money like a psycho, and you're going to use a high yield savings account for that, because the next step where we're going to go after all of that is just like so exciting. But I want to keep you focused here because being able to become an investor and rebuilding your life and oh my gosh, like all the things that are down the road are really great, but we're going to take one step at a time right now. We're going to put one foot in front of the other as God lights your path. So that's super important. And it's also super important to know that the Joneses are not rich. Comparison is going to steal your joy. Comparison is the thief of all joy. So you want to not compare your progress to others. What you want to do is stay your course. If you do decide that you really want to make a purchase, you really need to make a purchase, I want you to step away and wait 24 hours before you make that purchase. It's super, super important because you might find that you don't really need it or you don't really want it. And so the gratification, the oodles of satisfaction from an accounting perspective are going to diminish. And so you want to just make sure that you are making a good choice for yourself. Okay, so let's recap. Number 1, you're going to make a decision. Draw that line in the sand, non-negotiable. Number 2, you're going to chart your progress and look at that daily. And then lastly is avoiding that lifestyle creep. I want to move into now what I'm reading or what I recommend reading. And I think because we're talking about really partnering with God and aligning with God, I still want to focus on the book that I just recently finished, and that is Good Morning, Holy Spirit. And why I'm recommending this, it's by Benny Hinn, and I'll link that below too. But why I'm recommending this is because it really helped me understand who Holy Spirit is, how to partner with Holy Spirit, what the role of Holy Spirit is in my daily walk, in my morning, in my afternoon, in my evening, in my going and my coming. It's really important to understand Holy Spirit's role in the Trinity. So highly recommend that. It's not an expensive read. You can do Audible or whatever. I'm going to link that below. If you do buy from my link, I will get a small commission through Amazon, but it doesn't cost you anymore. Just super helpful for me. Alrighty, so that is it for this episode. Again, remember, I'm going to link everything down below in the show notes or in the comments. Remember to like, share, comment, leave a 5-star review. And I can't wait to hear about your progress. I'm super serious about that. I want to hear about your progress, your struggles, anything that I can help you with. So comment or send me an email. If you're unable to comment here or you want it to be more private, it's hello@PamelaJaneCo.com. I read and respond to every single one. And lastly, I would love your help in getting me to 100 subscribers on YouTube. I'm new to the YouTube platform. I'm not new to coaching and mentoring and doing all of this and being on video, but I am new to the YouTube platform. And so one of the things that YouTube requires is that you have 100 subscribers before you can go live on their platform. And I love a live audience. I would love to be able to interact in real time to your comments, to your questions, so we can just kind of build a really cool community and provide you support in your journey. So if you can do that and share that opportunity with your friends or anyone you know who is ready to rebuild their life as well. Remember, this is not divorce recovery. This is for anyone who is rebuilding their life, who's motivated to take the next step and just saying, enough is enough. I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. All right. Until next time, be well, my friend, and go attack your debt.